Roman Greek J, relating to lesser known facts about the hippopotamus and figures. Though overall the third heaviest species of the savanna, the bones of a hippo are hollow, and thus incredibly light. This attribute is one of many similarities the hippo shares with Vremes, setting him apart from fellow archaeopteryx.
Alright. Everyone alright? Why wouldn't everyone be alright? Alright. You're not the only one, Mac. There was a skirt.
You mean me? I'm fine.
Alright, guys, this is a lift. Lifts have alarms. Keep your fur on, Wildcat. I'm pretty sure there's a panic button around here somewhere. Anyone of you recall which side of the panel? To the left, I believe. Right. No, the left. What, you believe?
You mean straight left as you come in, or?
What the hell's kitchen was that?
Without the lights on, it's impossible to say.
Is everyone alright?
Goodness, he didn't look so right.
Only a bucket. Over? What's over? Oh, Sanchez. Sanchez. Oh. Alright, listen. Everyone shut their pie holes and let them horizontal.
Perhaps he's going up.
He hasn't. He hasn't what? He hasn't gone places. By the touch of his threads, I wedge he's letting in daylight. Letting in daylight?
Yes?
You mean to say? I mean to say he's got a puncture. He's giving the carpet a crimson dye. He's bleeding. How? Hold the house for later. Anyone of you got any medical expertise, or do I have to go in here by myself? I was in scouts. I have some first aid. Be my guest.
So, is he alive?
You hit the panic button yet there, sweet cheeks?
Sorry, what?
The alarm. He's dead.
So he's not alive.
Can't you give him the kiss? The kiss? You know, mouth to mouth. Oh, the kiss. I'm afraid that would be strictly palliative. I knew your kinds in the field. Move over, folks. Hey, pal. You better fuck her up, huh?
I think it's supposed to ask first, Doll.
What?
Legal reasons.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to give you
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
what the skirt said. Is that okay? Any more pro bonos?
No response? Go ahead.
Sorry, we didn't have time to buy any flowers. I told you he's dead. Not until I call it. Come on, buddy. Stay with me. Oh, jeez.
Ah, golly, what a squirter. I say, what you have there is a puncture in the thoracic.
So you are a doctor.
Darling, please. Magician.
A magician.
A pleasure, my love. The great Pandora at your service.
He's dead. Alright, guys. Has anyone pressed the alarm? I'll do it. Alright, here we go. Hey, what the hell are you doing? As I thought. What as you thought? It's a knife wound. A knife wound. You want me to spell it? So he fell on a knife. Rotten luck, I guess. Alright, I'll press it. He didn't fall on no knife. How can you tell?
Precisely. If he fell on a knife, where's the knife?
How can you tell it's a knife wound? I'm a flatfoot, Mac. Private dick. And there's holes where there shouldn't be holes. It's kind of a specialty. Name's Plato Knox. A detective.
Knock me down and call me Lucifer.
Yeah, well, I can smell a murder when I see one.
Lord in heaven, what are you suggesting?
I'm not suggesting anything, miss. It's a statement.
Fine, darling. What are you stating then?
I'm saying there are 4 people in this lift. Mine is 1. That makes 3. 3 cats and a fresh cadaver. And you 2, I don't know, from a can of fish oil. It all reduces to one thing.
No, well, you don't remember what.
All right, listen, Miss Pandora, was it?
So, very Pandora.
Right. Synesthesia and suspect cuisine aside, what Plato here appears to be saying is that this poor fellow, whomsoever he might be, has been stabbed. And what with there only being you, me, and Mr. Knox here in this elevator, I think he's saying one of us must be a murderer.
Gracious.
One of you two's. I know, hatchet.
And so it wasn't me. And you seem like such a nice gent. You know, in my line of work, there often is another explanation. Smokes, wires, sleight of hand. Or perhaps he was already dead when we got in and we just hadn't noticed.
He was speaking.
Oh, that's right. Perhaps he killed himself.
Right. Waited for the lights to cut, pulled the shirt from his jacket, pulled the Dutch act, and then disposed of the weapon before sunning down for the big one. In my book, that's spelled under you, for unlikely. Plus, I've been expecting something like this ever since I got the lead.
What? You're here following a lead?
As a detective?
Not as a damn Doberman. And if we're going to get to the bottom of this, we have to get to know each other down to our delicates anyway. So how about I go first? I was closing in on a suspect. I specialize in the death of authors.
Death of Walter?
You heard?
Like Roland Barthes?
What happened to God?
He got eyes by a laundry truck. Tragic. Not really my line though. I'm here on some trail of some cat named Fox Sanchez.
Oh, his last words.
You know the number.
Sorry, what?
You see, when he breathed Sanchez, your face dropped like a plate of greased spaghetti.
Why, as long as you read on this trick.
So why don't you start talking?
Oh, you want me to get to the bottom of what exactly? You're gonna conduct a police procedural here among the three of us? Listen, Seamus. What about we do the sensible thing and wait for maintenance?
Wait for maintenance? I haven't even heard a little answer yet to your little bell call. What if the lights dip a second time, Mac? Do you really want to be waiting for the men with spanners while you're hemmed in here with a potential whack job, hoping to make it to 2 stiffs and 1 cigar? Sorry, miss, no offense.
No one taken it off. Mind you, as something of a professional and things not as we see in business, I can't help but wonder, there must be some other explanation.
What did you say you did again?
I don't nip it.
Excerpts from the Encyclopedia Americana, 1876, volume 11, page J, relating to lesser-known facts about the hippopotamus and figures. 2. Fossil evidence of the now extinct Malagasy hippo demonstrates these creatures were once covered in a vestigial layer of feathers.
Hey, what if we can get the door open ourselves?
I'll ask again, Bob. You know Fox Sanchez, yes or no?
I've heard of him. Yeah, well, let's say we used to be in the same line of work.
You're a killer.
Oh, please, I'm a crime writer.
Another crime writer, huh? Ain't that a turn up for the books?
A writer, a detective, and a magician. Gosh, it's not. What do you think that makes him?
Someone couldn't take a joke?
Don't you think that's in rather poor taste? That any of you might be able to give me something we could use as a lever to open the doors or something.
Like a knife, you mean?
Like a knife? Silly question. Perhaps we can...
Sorry to ask, but any chance of a film for me? There being just the 3 of us in here and one being a cold-blooded killer is simple enough. But now you're bringing this Fox Sanchez gentleman's picture, and I'm feeling left behind.
All right, listen. Fox Sanchez was a crime writer, just like me. But now he has other proclivities.
You mean he kills people?
I mean, he kills people. Is that a hatch in the ceiling?
There often is, you know. Or in the floor. Either that, or a mirror is hiding the truth. Now let the Sanchez start. You know.
Believe me, when I say it's complicated. If you're looking for the short answer, though, and you don't mind believing the press, I think it was because of his block.
Block.
Block, it's a literary term, meaning he couldn't write a bloody word.
And then what?
And then like an impotent dog, he started chomping at the alphas in the back. He still do the dirty, savvy?
Pardon?
Sanchez can't write, so he's jealous of the cats who can. And in my book, that spells motive.
Oh, and what's your book exactly, Plato? Mixed metaphors and criminal psychology for the under-12s? If you want my opinion, miss, I think Fox Sanchez's reasoning is a bit more sophisticated than...
Wait, Sanchez is killing writers?
Crime writers, to be exact. His eye is 45 at the latest count, not including our horizontal friend here.
So, he's on the run then.
I wish. You see, before he kicked off this whacking spree, Sanchez was like J.D. Salinger and Thomas Pynchon I'd met and had a baby born directly into a paper bag.
Come again?
He was a recluse. No one knows what he looks like.
And
already so tuned out to this clue?
On what? On Fox?
Yeah.
Well, I have my reasons. I thought I might be able to get a book out of it. I'm a writer. Shoot me. Figure anything. Plus, I'm working up the all noir dictum. The more you know about someone who wants you dead, the better for your health.
Why does Sanchez want you dead again?
Because I'm a crime writer? Do I have to wear a badge or something? All right. No.
Shall we get the patch? Should I help you?
Yeah, please, but don't touch your hands like this. I mean,
Sure you want to do that? What if she did the icing, Mac? What if I did? I mean, do you know how Fox Sanchez looked like? You're putting yourself in a damn vulnerable position. And the way I see it, only the guilty ones do that. So why don't you keep that Rottweiler in your pants until this starts to get interesting?
my Rottweiler in my pants.
Oh, my.
Sometimes the lingo gets away with you. But tell me I don't got a point.
True! But what about you tell us how know you know so much about Fox?
I'm a sleuth. He's a killer. It's a working relationship.
Oh. Weren't we getting to know each other down to our delicates? If all you tell us is that, the great Pandora and I hardly get a flash out of your long johns.
What can I say, Mac? I'm a man of simple pleasures. Blow the clarinet, play a tight Queen's Indian. I got a weakness for hourglass figures and platinum blondes, especially after the cocktail hours. A couple of months back, the dame enters my office. Real high-class piece of skirt. Got a hairdo and the measurements that I put hyperbolic geometry to shame. It was 5 p.m., Tuesday. I just got a couple of rounds in the book with some Greek cat named Aristophanes. And my old friend Jim Bean and I had gone way past the pleasantries. Guess what I'm trying to say is, I'd have done what she asked. If it was a nude recital of Rachmaninoff on the kazoo, and as things went, things were your standard lay. So I thought. Since she represented a mystery cat, like to call himself the dog. Said the dog was at some psych job with a penchant for whacking writers.
Fox.
So far so good, thought I. You see, the dog wanted yours truly to track Sanchez down. Only problem is, Sanchez ain't no easy snare. And with a trail of stiffs longer than a queue to a Viagra giveaway, and fewer leads than a K9 roller disco, until tonight.
What happened tonight?
Tonight I'm at Diggs, playing solitaire without the aces. I get this phone call. Some poor schmuck says his life is in danger. Said be at the Ouroboros Hotel, 12th floor, 20 minutes ago. So here I am, on the 11 and a half. Now you want to tell me this investigation can wait? And by the way, you still haven't given us a name.
I am hardly going to say I'm Fox Sanchez, am I? My name is Victor Soleil.
Do you mean the gent who found you, Mr. Knox?
I wouldn't bet against it.
Well, ain't that just devilishly curious? Who do you think the dog is?
Crime writer. Most likely. All of us are keen on finding Sanchez.
Leave your suspicions about my client. As far as I care, the dog bought himself above my suspicion. Plus, it's getting us off the case at hand. Why are we here, Mr. Soleil?
I was riding the elevator.
Quit the wise talk, wise guy. You know what I want to hear. What brings you to this fine establishment? What, you're a writer? It's funny, after all this time, you still haven't made up a story yet. Let me guess. You're blocked.
No, not exactly. I mean...
Who was it? Sanchez? Another unexpected ink slinging you fully stopped without a second thought?
Wait.
Talk to me.
Wait. I'm not Fox. I'm here on his trail. Just like you.
Spit your case out then, punk.
All right. First things first. I also used to be a detective.
A detective?
You're shitting me.
No, I'm sure you're not. I'm not the shitting type.
Well, that's good, because we are going to be in here for a rather long time.
So you downgraded your Remington. Hey, better yarn. What happened, Vic? Did it get too hot?
Yeah. And I'm sure you'd enjoy that. This elevator ain't big enough for two real tough guys. And other hard-boiled histrionics.
As I tried to tell you before, Plato, reality is more complicated than your like seems ready to accept. When it's smoking guns, family feuds, motives clearer than glass, detective work's fine, right? But what about the times, Plato, when things aren't so clear? What about the 5% or so of the times when you got a corpse full of holes and a weeping widow, but a train so cold it's... Now, how might you term it? Growing popsicles. It's funny, though, because writing is not so different to that, but at least you can pretend you're getting results.
That's a sweet story, Dick. But excuse me for being a dumb dick. I think I missed the part when you told us why you're here.
I think you did. I'm here on his trail like you. You want to catch him. I want to write about what he's doing.
So you're a parasite.
One might say the same about you.
So how do you know he was here?
Do you really think you're the only one in this lift the dog has on his speed dial?
Excerpt from the Encyclopedia Americana, 1876, volume 11, H.J., relating to lesser-known facts about the hippopotamus amphibius. 3. Projections suggest that the deliberate starvation of an average-sized male hippo over an 8 to 10 week period can produce up to 5 meters of loose skin. This, when held taut between the animal's front and hind legs, it is believed would be broad enough to allow the hippo to glide in a similar manner to creatures of Taurus genus, such as the flying fox.
Right then. Introduction's over, and I still haven't forgotten which one of you is a cold-blooded killer. I suppose the next thing we listen to briefly, yes?
Oh, no. I would imagine for the next step in this farcical procedural, P.I. Knox would like to hear your story.
Fine then. In that case, I wish there was a fancy story to it, though. That fact is, with the theatre days being over, big hotels are the conjurer's cold face in the modern world. It used to be. You'd pull a rabbit out of your top hat and people really did think you're going into a different world. Now they're just looking for the wires. We're more like anesthesies than artists today. You see, they don't believe in magic anymore.
Honey, do I gotta remind you that we're sharing this place with a dead body?
You're investigating me for murder, and here I am, laughing on, well, isn't this a coincidence? Death in the Harlem Project
That's my book.
by Fox Sanchez.
Up against the wall, Fox.
Sorry, what?
What?
I had no idea that...
That what? That half the sucker Sanchez whack, they found a copy of Death in the Harlem Project somewhere on their bodies. It's his calling card.
They did? I mean, is it?
Yeah, but you already knew that, right?
No, I mean, Death in the Harlem Project is the book I am writing
You
about.
catch me saying it weren't?
What kind of idiot would
Yeah,
I be?
oh! Scum. Another case dusted, huh? Too bad this poor schmuck had to get knocked off before the fat lady. But I guess that's life. Or the lack of it, I suppose. You play by your wits in this jungle. And you pay the high price for not snoozing with one eye open. That being said, shank to the spleen is a nasty business, whichever end you might find yourself.
Fox, I think she was trying to say something.
Gee, serial killer without a sense of theatricality? What blow, Sanchez?
Death in the Harlem Project by Victor Soleil. Well, it's a different book.
I told you, I was writing a book about the Sanchez killings.
Ah, get to your defense, huh? What kind of ex-dick are you if you can't even take a 19 to the solar plex, huh?
Didn't you know that? Even before the Sanchez killings even started, every crime writer in the country received the same letter. You are cordially invited by Mr. Fox Sanchez to play a role in his latest masterpiece, Death in the Harlem Project.
So, you knew he was writing this, and you gave your book the same title anyway. Ta-ta-ta, that's plagiarism, Mr. Soleil.
Don't you see? Death in the Harlem Project isn't just this damn book. It's his whole title for this. The whole goddamn writer killing enterprise.
You know, I got a pal named Bill Owens. You're spouting baloney.
Occam's razor only cuts if you know all the angles, Plato.
Yeah, what Bill said, life's a circle, not a tesseract.
You lost me.
The circle is round, it doesn't have any angles. It's simple.
Oh, right. Yeah, surely that's a matter of perspective. Anyway, I admit it. I think Fox Sanchez is someone like me. I wouldn't be surprised if once upon a time Fox Sanchez used to be a detective too. You see, it's a pattern. Just like me, he couldn't hack the chaos, the illusions. So he goes into writing. But we all know poetry makes nothing happen, right? So Fox decides he wants to write on more than just a page. I told you, Death in the Harleem project. It's him trying to write a detective story with reality.
Jesus Christ! I haven't heard this much bullshit since Vatican II.
I told you, this book must just be incidental. It's a record he's keeping, or it doesn't matter. The important thing here is that this is not important.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
What is with assuming Platonism?
Huh.
What?
I'm just being fair, Mr. Knox. Ever since this whole business began, you've been right down Paul Victor's throat.
I agree. Methinks the detective doth protest too much.
And that's another thing about you, Mr. Knox. It's an all hands up my government this, throw your this way, that.
You don't like my shirt?
Frankly, no. I think it betrays a pathological fetishization of both detective work and violence. And if I've been following this show correctly, this kind of attitude describes Fox Sanchez with T.
Listen, miss. You gonna follow with my methods?
Your method? The smoke screen you've been released so far, you mean? I think Victor and I have been very good in giving you the benefit of the doubt, putting your floundering down to mere incompetence, and not assuming it's a deliberate ploy to throw us off your scent. Haven't we, Victor? Listen, my advice, the key to discovering the truth behind every trick is to ignore distractions. There are 4 of us in the list, and one of us is the manager of the whole. Who is in Fox Sanchez? What did Fox Sanchez have for breakfast? The conundrum is pure darn irrelevant. Names are just complicating matters.
Cut to the cheese.
Take Fox Sanchez, Plato Knox, and Victor today and forget about them. From now on, you're 1, 2, and 3.
You forget yourself.
Oh, I thought the game was just between you boys.
Oh, so it's a game now?
Hold on, Pandora. How come I'm 1?
Pardon?
If you make me 1, it seems more likely that I'm the murderer.
It does?
Yeah, I think we should reassign
It's on what?
the numbers.
Oh, then you can be 5.
5? What?
Given the use of system that I play 2 is rather implicit that I'd be 4.
Listen, miss, I don't got any problems with that, but there are only 4 of us in here. You call him Big 5, it throws in wrenches.
Only one guy.
If anything, the body should be 1.
Should be 3.
What?
3 should be 1.
And one's still 5?
We can use 6.
Listen, he...
Sanchez,
Listen, I thought we were icing names here.
3 should be 1. Isn't he dead already?
and you should be 5.
No, I wouldn't. I would be 3.
So 1 is 5 and 2 is 6, but 5 is 3, which makes 6 4.
But you're 4.
Oh, so I am then. Now, is 5 actually taken, or should I just call myself 7 to be on the safe side?
Enough of this! 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what the jazz cat was the reasoning behind all of this?
She doesn't think any of us are who we say we are.
What? You listen to me, miss. I don't know what kind of sick games you're trying to play here, but I'm just a damn simple dick, and I do not want to listen to this bullshit
Coming to you
anymore.
live from downtown Chicago. And they're still falling. Like, once again, this reporter cannot believe his eyes. Plane loads of hippopotami, that's plane loads of hippopotami, are descending in parachutes over downtown Chicago. The drop commenced in the early hours and is showing no signs of stopping.
All right,
No sign
I'll
of
break it down
national
simple.
guard.
It's
We're
me,
receiving warnings
another
from the
guy, a
Black
dame, and a
Wildlife
fresh piece of
Association.
meat, and a
These
crying eater of
hippos are
Chicago
not
overcoat,
the
savvy?
Furthermore,
Bob?
they must be considered extremely
Get us out of here, and
dangerous.
don't skip on the
There are
cavalry
already
when
a
you
number
do.
of casualty reports.
Bob?
This event looks shaping up to become what might only be called a fantastic tragedy. Once again, these animals.
It's a hippopotamus. What? Male, I'd reckon 4,000 pounds. Trust me, I am a magician.
You heard a hippo at the controls to this elevator.
At the intercom to this elevator.
Right. Well, maybe it's a recording.
Maybe.
Well, sticking to what this means to us, there's no backup. On with the investigation.
On with the... the great Pandora is telling you there is a 4-ton pachyderm squawking over the alarm panel, and you're not curious why. Well, this is suspicious.
Triage, pal. Till it gets relevant. Curious can wait. Do I have to remind you that we are sharing this space with Exhibit A? Put your objections in the freeze. I'm searching him for ID.
Oh, now you're disturbing the crime scene. But Pandora, we should stop him. It reeks of covering his tracks.
He's wearing a strap, but the piece is missing. Maybe our friend here isn't so innocent.
Him? Not innocent? He's dead. He's clearly clutching at straws.
Would you look at that?
Fox Sanchez. All right, there's something.
Yeah, it doesn't prove anything.
Sorry?
No?
Not prove nothing?
No.
No, it does not prove nothing. Or no, meaning yes, it does prove something. These detectives and writers are awful confusing.
No, because Nick could have planned when he killed him.
Ah, yeah, I could have. Or you. Maybe you slipped over the wall and now when you were searching for him for ID. Huh. Wait. Huh. Pilates Club. That could be you.
Or stop bickering. Come to think of it, it would make more sense that he should be Fox Sanchez. After all, both of you wanted him dead. That's two motives rather than one.
Well, listen, miss. Detective work ain't no mathematics.
Frankly, Mr. North, such as the display we've seen so far, I'm surprised you've the presumption to tell anyone what is and what isn't detective work. Half an hour of going round in circles over some poor Fox Sanchez fellow, whoever he may or may not be. There's the one body in this list, and your mind is elsewhere.
Get me out of here. Bob! I give up! Get me out of here! I don't care whoever killed this poor Moses, and I don't care who the 9 or 7 6 of these cats is Sanchez. Hippos on the elevator panel, hippos from heaven. Doesn't make any freaking sense. You're right, Vic. There's no sense to it. Ain't no sense at all. I've seen action. I've seen what a man can do to another man. Did you hit that bottle hard enough? Just let me out!
One. He's got a knife.
3.
Fox.
Well, I'm not. I'm Victor. Later?
Christ.
I think I have some idea what you're going through.
Do you? Huh? You think you can deuce the kind of cancer shitstorm riding around my can? Huh? Or you can just shut your wise ass, pipe hole, wise ass. Maybe I should just squirt lead in your fucking head.
Later, wait.
You got some ideas? You got some ideas? I packed nothing under my fatigues but scars in a 48. I play the game in patois, Vic. You don't even play the damn tambourine. No one does anymore. So go ahead. Shrink me. Shrink me like they did after I paid Uncle Sam the best years of my life. Tell me how come I only got you 2 mugs to choose from, and I've been on this case for 6 months and I still can't finger the hatchet.
That's because it's you, Clayton. You just haven't realized it yet.
I'm not Fox Sanchez!
Weren't you supposed to get off now? Isn't this your floor? Wait. What if what's going on in this tiny box has nothing to do with you or with the Fox Sanchez you're after?
What?
What if all this has been a terrible misunderstanding, a coincidence on top of coincidence? You get trapped up in an elevator with someone called Fox Sanchez and a washed-up crime writer, and naturally you jump to conclusions. But what if neither him, nor me, nor Victor have anything to do with the Fox Sanchez you're after? What if it's just a rotten luck that the poor fellow dropped dead from a knife to the gut? Have you considered that?
An accident? No, it ain't that. Can't be.
Are you sure now? As if you're not. then there's some poor fellow out there with his life in danger waiting for your help. Remember the phone call? 12th floor, the Robbers Hotel. Well, here we are.
What about the hippos?
You really want to pass us a chance to make a difference? It's vision time. Doors are about to close later.
Alright. You two mugs stay right here. I don't want you cloud hopping in the way of my real investigation.
Why would we do anything like that?
Good luck.
I'm seeing you.
So it was you.
What with me? The murderer? Surely you don't think. I thought we both agreed it was Mr. Knox. He did have a gun, Victor, and that little outbreak.
The victim was stabbed.
Right. Well,
What?
come on, Mr. Soleil, the knife is something of a giveaway.
Yeah, okay. I came here to kill him. Fuck Sanchez. But you did it first.
I did? Well, if you say so. Anyway, I must be going now. I think this is my floor.
Wait! Why did you do it?
You're beginning to sound an awful lot like your departed friend. I thought your days of having to know everything were behind you. Can't you just write an ending?
Tell me.
I don't have to tell you anything. But since you've come so far, I will give you a clue. Fox Sanchez is still alive.
No, he's not. He's on the floor. He's dead. I've seen a picture of him before I came here.
You have?
Yeah, the dog sent it to
The
me.
dog sent it to you. Oh, that's right. He was Fox Sanchez, only not anymore.
Not anymore, because you killed him.
You're ever so literal for a writer. Let's say I try a quote to fill you in. A rose by any other name, and so on.
What's in the name?
There you go.
I am Fox Sanchez.
It's only a name, you know.
That doesn't make sense.
True or false? Did you come to this hotel to kill this man?
Yeah, I did. But only in self-defense. He's killing crime writers, and I am a crime writer.
And have you forgotten that he was a crime writer as well?
He was a murdering psychopath.
I'm sure he felt the same of the Fox Sanchez before him. And that's why no one will ever solve the death of the Harleem project. What with the identity of the main perpetrator changing with every murder. One moment, Fox Sanchez is a writer, and then he's bumped off by another one, who in turn assumes the identity, and so on. A case to drive any number of good, honest detectives like yourself to the life of the parent.
But I didn't kill him. You did.
I did. I suppose the next thing you'll be saying, I masterminded an airdrop of 50 hippopotami over downtown Chicago.
I knew it.
Well, yes, I am guilty on that front. What can I say? I'm a magician. It's what comes out of the top hat that counts. Hippos from a plane, rabbits from a top hat. You tell me where the difference is apart from scale.
You're mad.
Quite possibly. You know, I am rather warming to this little tete-a-tete. Do you mind, Mr. Sanchez, if I tell you a story? Heart of Darkness, have you heard of that colonial tale?
Yeah.
Do you remember the part where Conrad talks about the blank spaces left you?
Yes?
Just think about it. Blank space of delightful mystery practically over for hours.
Poetic?
Poetic? No, not poetic, Mr. Sanchez. Magic. Magic because it's mystery. Unfettered mystery is the only true magic that counts. But what happens when those blank spaces get filled in? What happens, Mr. Sanchez, when the imagination gets infected by limited, senseless reality? Conrad tells us they become places of darkness. Do you have any idea of the algorithm of working out the odds of running into a hippopotamus when 50 of them have been airdropped onto an Everest-sized metropolitan area? Because that is what magic does.
No.
But that's not the point. The point, Mr. Sanchez, is that the imagination inevitably gets filled in by darkness. As a magician, one can only assume that the truth behind every trick will eventually be discovered. Like all mystery novels, it must have an ending. Whatever's better than a finished whodunit. And then the mystery behind the book's covers is worse than spent. It's like it never existed at all, and someone died for nothing.
Who are you?
Well, I'm Fox Sanchez, of course. I'm also the dog, in case you haven't realized that one by now. And most importantly, I am the great Pandora. You still don't understand. This Sanchez loop, or the Death in the Harleem Project, to call it its more elegant title, is my ingenious construction. And I could just let it run and run. A victim begets a detective. That detective becomes a crime writer. The crime writer becomes a murderer. And the murderer becomes his own victim. And everyone everywhere is Fox Sanchez. So you see, the mystery does have an ending. It's a solution with as much possibility as the mystery itself. And so, the magic doesn't have to die. Unfortunately, you do. At some point.
You are sane.
Anyway, I thought you played your role beautifully. You shouldn't have too much trouble with the next one. There are fewer lines after all.